Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome
And welcome back to Nerd TV for another RSR Next Generation Cup Series race, live from the simulated Homestead Speedway, Homestead-Miami Speedway, however which way you want to call it. We're set for 135 laps around this 1.5 mile facility, the second closest major NASCAR track that the NASCAR circuit goes to my place. And there's the weather. 102 on the track, very likely. 81 degrees in the skies, also matching the temperature around my house right now, so can confirm. 60% humidity, clear skies, even though it looks gray in the background, that's just sunlight reflection off the sky. It is blue out there. And then 8-mile-an-hour winds, which also is very accurate. So very, very accurate to the actual Florida weather, at least in the central Florida side. My name is Jeremy Stanley, aka Jay Swifty. To my right side, Dustin Loxton, aka Ballistic, and co-producing / broadcast every single Tuesday and Sunday. What's up, man?
Hey, looking to see what these Gen 7 cars can do around this track. Looking to see if we can have an exciting race like what, and good race like what we did last week, and see if we can have an exciting race like the actual Cup guys did. There was all kinds of stuff that happened because we have championship implications. This is the season finale race, Jeremy. So this is it. At the end of this race, we will crown an RSR BestOne Cup Series champion, and the points are actually very, very close as it sits right now. There's three drivers that are really, with the amount of cars that we have, there are three drivers that are still in contention. Adam Boughton is 23 points out in fourth place. We got 17 drivers tonight with the amount of points. Mathematically, he would not be able to gain enough to take over the top spot with that 23-point gap. But right now, that man right there, Richie Coy, is leading by a whole whopping 2 points. So he has a 2-point lead, currently holding the top spot. So he has everything to lose and everything to gain with a solid run tonight. But
And he's running Lucky Lemon again.
which got
it's good luck.
Yes, that got him the win at Las Vegas. He brought the luck to Las Vegas and decided to roll with it again tonight. Beautiful scheme, by the way. I love that spec mapping on there. But the man that is 2 points behind him, that man right there, none other than Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., 2 points behind, and he has been coming on strong in the later stages of the season. So he is still in contention for tonight's championship run. And then 9 points behind the leader is that man right there, driver of the number 99, Mr. Kevin Ruff. Still mathematically has a chance, depending on what happens. We know that in the competitive racing world, whether it's real or simulated, anything could happen. Just ask Kyle Larson and Tyler Reddick. So anything could happen at a moment's notice. So these three drivers are mathematically still in full contention, and we will not know which one of these three will take that title of the RSR BestOne Cup Series champion for 2024 until the drop of the checkered flag at the end of this race, Jeremy.
Yeah, 100% there. 3 drivers, 1 race. That's it. And on the YouTube side, I just want to jump in. Wizard of Yaz saying, Deputy Dink is my hero. Get over to Corey Dink's car. Remember,
I've already seen these guys as paint schemes. These things are beautiful. We are at Miami, and they've got the beach and the blue skies and the flip-flops, the palm trees, man. I tell you what, these Tiny Toes drivers, they've been pulling it out every week like that. So it's and of course his teammate, Mr. Dalton Wicker, again a very similar matching paint scheme as well, that's out there running. So again, Jeremy, you and I, we always love it when teams come together and we see special paint schemes like that. It's always an awesome sight.
I don't know how Tiny Toes would fit in that really big flip flop on the door. That'd be a one to see there. But yeah, we're excited for this thing, man. We're gonna go full screen. We got to call some action in this qualifying section of final race of 2024 for RSR. 3 drivers, 1 event. fastest practice time is one of the contenders, Mr. 19 Richie Coy with a 33.342. Waiting for his track arrival. I think we're just going to kick it to our first guy on track on the line, which they're taking their sweet time, Dustin. I don't know. Adam Boughton, Michael Sheffield, Cogswell. There's like 5 drivers on track. So we're just going to start picking and choosing until our top guys get on here.
We'll go on with Adam Boughton, seeing as he's mathematically out of contention for the title. Can still gain 3rd place or 2nd place, theoretically, but title probably out of contention.
Yeah, great pick to go on board with. Scheme-related wise, not terribly close, but Arnold Palmer owns a golf course in Orlando, Florida. So, I mean, we're close enough. We'll count it for the Arnold Palmer paint scheme, half and half, tea and lemonade, Chevrolet Camaro. Next year, it'll be the Chevrolet ZL1. It's funny there. They had other options, but we're going to go with a Camaro that's not a Camaro. But here we go. We're going to complete the first lap, running the bottom on 3 and 4. Hits a 33.416, already 1/10 faster than his practice time.
Yeah, and he's actually 900ths faster than Dalton Wicker in the 17, posted a 33.5. And look at that, Wicker's teammate, Corey Denk, 33.63. So they're sitting P2 and P3 right now. But we got drivers that are, again, out there qualifying, trying to get it done. I do believe now as we'll see Adam Boughton finish his 2nd lap there.
Ooh, what a lap.
33.26. That is a blistering lap. Almost 1.5 tenths faster than that of Dalton Wicker. But Jeremy, our fastest guy in practice, current points leader right now in that beautiful Lucky Lemon Victory Fuel sponsored machine, Richie Coy. As we always do here at Nerd TV, we like to showcase the person that had the fastest practice time, give them screen time as well. And that is none other than Richie Coy.
I'll be fishing on the YouTube side, saying good luck, boys. Final race. Kelescopoline saying go Tiny Toes. So we got 2 for Tiny Toes out here out of the 3 current people on the chats. 9 live now on YouTube. I see that number picking up a little bit.
Look at those qualifying times. Gino with a 33.17, and your 2nd place in the standings right now. Fitzpatrick Jr. to 33.18. Those are some blistering times, Jeremy.
Where'd that come from? Usually the pace has been about 2/10 slower in the past 2 months when it comes to practice versus qualifying, and this is completely tiny toe flip-flopping it here. Richie Coy, though, running the bottom in 1 and 2. That's the first time we've seen out of the drivers who've showcased. And he's going to run low, like it's a super speedway.
Very low exit.
Does it work? It kind of does. 33.258, 1/10 faster than his practice time, but still only good enough for 3rd.
Yeah, very low exit there off of the corners. So, but again, look at these times, though. I mean, like you said, usually it's we don't see the times this fast in qualifying here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. But we're going to ride on board with Tony Ludi, again, one of the admins over here at RSR, along with Michael Sheffield. Got to give props and thanks to those 2 gentlemen for all their hard work behind the scenes. Both the good and the bad aspects of running a league. There's always good stuff, and then there's always the bad stuff you got to deal with. But these 2 guys have done a fantastic job behind the scenes and persevering. So got to give both of those gentlemen a shout out tonight.
Absolutely. Beautiful paint scheme, too, from Tony Ludi. I will pick out the flaw in that paint scheme, but we'll wait till race time. In the meantime, Dustin will be turning his gears on what's wrong with it. Right, so we have...
You have me looking now. Now that you said that, and I'm like, all right, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not the painter out of all of us. So for anybody watching, I'm not the painter. Jeremy has painted all of my cars for I don't know how many years. So it's no surprise that he can pick something out, and I'm blind to it.
Makes perfect sense, right? It's just a different eye for it. You got great design skills on other things than paint schemes, at least applying it. In your head, though, they come out wonderful. I just have
Right?
to draw it down on paper for you. It's a
That's
great
right.
teamwork. Percent. And that's it. Qualifying is done 15 times, posted out of the 18 total entries for this final event, which, by the way, it is sponsored by Simware. 213 Simware 200. That is the race title tonight. Race sponsor. And the series sponsors, BestOne Tire and Service. I'm going to shout them out first. If you're looking for any type of automotive repair shop in need for any vehicle that you own, head yourself over to bestonetire.com. If they're in your area, make sure you stop by. Kevin Ruff runs them on his paint scheme every single week. He works there. He really believes in the crew that he works with. And again, it's bestonetire.com for any automotive repair services. And here we go. Starting lineup for tonight's 213 Simware 200. Gino Mero, P1. Bob Fitzpatrick, one of the playoff drivers, in P2. Row 2 in third place. Richie Coy also for the championship. Adam Boughton in fourth. Jack Simpson and Brandon Gagnon. That's fifth and sixth in row 3. Row 4, you'll find Dalton Wicker and Michael Carter. Row 5, Alexander Hodge, Michael Sheffield. Row 6, Corey Denk, Gage Wenzel. Row 7, Kevin Ruff, which is your third contender for the playoff, and Jonathan Cogswell. 15th and 16th, you'll find Tony Leedy and Dwayne Furtick. In the last row on tonight's field, going to be Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., Kent Mueller. That is your 18 cars. I see Z on YouTube saying dank, dank, dank. Mustang DW say surfs up, Tiny Toes. So everyone from Tiny Toes is participating here, Dustin.
Oh, they brought the whole cheer squad tonight, and I love it. Keep shouting them out. Let them know that you are here, cheering them on as the pace truck rolls off. These drivers pull off pit road for the starting grid for the last time this season to try to determine who is going to be crowned RSR BestOne Cup Series champion and get the ever so glorious bragging rights as an RSR champion. So, Jeremy, it's going to be a fun one as we're taking a cruise around here in the drone around this beautiful Homestead-Miami Speedway facility, an excellent facility, and one that has actually aged very, very well over the years. So it seems like it just keeps getting better and better.
I've heard talks of repavement. Please no, this thing is not that rough. It does not need a repave. I promise you, the drivers promise you, everyone in this race probably promises you that. And I'm going to speak for them too. But here we are. We're off of turn number 4. For the final time, we're going to see the start of an RSR Next Generation race on a Tuesday night in 2024. Green flag is out. 213 Simware is underway. Gino with a half a car length advantage over second place. Bob Fitzpatrick on the outside. They head off barreling into turn number 1. Gino 2-3 car lengths out there side by side. Richie Coy right at it, and already the 71 with a little bit of a blinky issue. Remember, he had this problem last week. Does not look like early on that it's been resolved.
No, it does not. But what's not resolved, and probably something we're going to see all race long, is these two drivers. That is the 3 of Fitzpatrick Jr. and the 19 of Richie Coy battle it out. They qualified near each other, and they're going to be racing near each other. And this is, again, now a full lap, a side-by-side. These two really giving it all. But look at Adam Boughton on that top side. He's going to push it 3 wide. And, Jeremy, we've seen this in the trucks. That high side momentum on corner exit is just astronomically phenomenal coming off of there. And Adam Boughton and that 94 is showing you exactly what happens. But as we've seen in the trucks, though, that increases tire wear. Drivers have to be careful. Little close there. Probably a little closer for comfort than what Fitzpatrick Jr. would have liked.
Man, oh man. And not to mention, 2 of the 3 cars in that 3 wide is your 2 most likely contenders at the championship. The number 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick, 19 of Richie Coy, getting themselves in a little predicament 3 wide with the 94 of Adam Boughton, who succeeds very strongly on the top lane. as he clears them 1-2 car lengths on the back straightaway. Now 3 and 4 back to the front straightaway. 3 has the advantage over the 19 this time. And then to continue the YouTube side, Dustin, I already almost have to scroll through the chats.
I love it. I love it. Championship race. Let's break it out.
Yeah, Stephanie Hunt saying, good luck, Gage. Bring the dub home. Michelle Rittenberry on here said, let's go, Kevin. And then Wizard of Yaz comes back and says, Corey Denk is my ex. Tell him that I miss him and to come home. I feel like there's a pun somewhere in there being the Wizard of Yaz and coming home.
There has to be. There has to be. There's no place like home. I tell you what, if Corey Dank makes the top, the Nerd TV podium for the top 3, we will relay that message most definitely. But I love the interaction. Keep it going. Some of the names that were mentioned was Gage Wenzel in the 36. Jeremy, he had good practice speed out there. And I tell you what, both Gage Wenzel and Jack Simpson have been coming on so strong later in this season that, we've been calling their names more and more and talk about it. Gage Wenzel's going 3 wide. That's Dalton Wicker in the center. Michael Carter up top. That gets sorted out soon. Now Gage Wenzel on the back bumper of Richie Coy. Richie Coy was just in a very close side-by-side there with the 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. as he's trying to chase him down yet again. Going to close in on him. And, folks, we're going to sit here and be calling these 2 drivers, especially when they're racing as hard and close as what they are right now, because this is your first and second place in the points, respectively, as they run. So these 2 battling like this is some good stuff.
Richie Coy running a little stronger than as he does make contact. Save it. Man, that was so close there.
That is a trouser chilly moment right there. Championship on the line, and you drift up and make contact, and it gets squirrely. Ho, ho, ho.
Richie Coy on the radio saying, I don't know what happened. It just drove straight. I'm sorry. And Bob said, you're good, man. So they're all smiles so far. But, man, Richie is driving a little more aggressive. He knows he needs to get to the front, lead a lap to kind of separate himself from Bob just a little bit because, like you said, 2 points separates the 3 and the 19. So any advantage would be a great help because right now these guys cannot leave one another for the first 8 laps in this race.
Correct. And 2 points. So there is a chance that the points could go down to a dead heat tie, at which point in time they're going to have to go to tiebreakers, which is going to be series wins this season, top 5s, top 10s. So a lot can factor into that one right now as Gage Wenzel was going way uptown there. And I tell you what, Michael Carter has been running that high line like that too. He's only about a quarter of a car width to half a car width off of that wall. Oh! Woo! Talk about close and good reaction by the 36 of Gage Wenzel to notice that the 8 of Michael Carter was coming down off that wall ever so slightly.
Yeah, absolutely there. This race is continuing to be fantastic for the first 10 laps of 135 for the 213 Simware 200.
Look who's coming up, Jeremy. Up 4 positions. Yeah.
Oh, almost more contact. Bob Fitzpatrick.
Oh, that's going to check everything up. Woo!
You saw the green number 8 Michael Carter slide up, almost make left front contact with Bob. And now look at this, back to the championship implications, the 3 and the 19. Once again, Richie trying to make the pass happen underneath Bob. And just like that, the outside of Homestead says, well, you're going to have to try a little harder there, bud.
Yeah, it's that highline run is so tough, but I mean that checkup on that near contact that really slowed up the 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. And you can see that right now. I mean, it's that brought him right back into the clutches of Richie Coy and Jeremy. I mean, that's putting them right near the clutches of this gentleman right here, Mr. Kevin Ruff. He's got Dalton Wicker in front of him. But literally all 3 of your championship contenders are within 4 cars. You got Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. leading this little pack here. He's running second in points. You have Richie Coy leading in points right now, running right behind him. And then 2 cars behind Richie is your 3rd place in points, Mr. Kevin Ruff. So these drivers know exactly where the other ones are at, and they are so close to one another and keeping each other in check. But Jeremy, I mean, we got racing all over the track right now, not just for the championship, but I mean, we've got side by side, we've got high line, low line, it's all over the place.
It is indeed all over the place here. Loving every single moment to open up this final race of the year for RSR. I'm going to do another shout out here to one of our partners without a rotating. Ooh, as Richie gets a little loose on my end there, he's going to go back behind the 3. But we're going to shout out the sponsor on the hood of Tony Ludi and Richie Coy. That's going to be none other than Victory Fuel. Load of electrolytes, absence of caffeine, low sugar content, which makes it a perfect drink to stay energized and hydrated at the same time, packed full of vitamins to support your overall health. Got no artificial coloring. It's just an amazing drink, and 3 flavors on the market, 2 of which are live now. One's almost about to be restocked, which is Throttle Punch. So get your hands on a drink today at drinkvictory.com. Promotion code RSR is going to save you that 10% off.
Absolutely an amazing product there for anybody. And I tell you what, an amazing product for amazing racing that we are seeing tonight. Love to see this hard racing, but Jeremy, with all the racing we've been covering, especially with the championship contenders, Gino Morrow out front has been since the drop of the green flag. It looks like his blinky situation a little bit more stable right now. But Adam Boughton has been tracking him in slowly but surely, and look who is in tow. Jack Simpson, who had a phenomenal race going last week, and just a pit road miscue ended his chances. But again, had everything going on, had the speed, had a good run going, so it's good to see him rebound back up there, running in the top 3 right now, and putting a little pressure on that back bumper, the 94 of Adam Boughton.
Yeah, Jack has just been getting better and better and better each and every single week throughout the playoffs, and been a contender at winning a race. He's got a great chance here again tonight. 16 laps in, the middle of the run is in. The tires are kind of at their peak temp-wise. They're starting to wear off a little bit, and he's still P3, and he's being slowed up by the 94. He knows the outside is preferred, and he's losing a little bit of ground to Gino Morrow in the 71, who's led every single lap so far, the first 16 of this 135-lap event, as they run single file. Unlike last night when I was calling LSR, a lot of drivers were on the bottom in the trucks. Complete flip-flop with these cup cars. They're all on the top right now.
Yeah, and that's what's slowing up Jack Simpson, is because the line he knows is fast, and his preferred line is also the exact same line that Adam Boughton is running and holding. So if Jack Simpson wants to pass Adam Boughton, he's going to have to go outside of the line that he knows is fast and knows that he's comfortable running right now. He's going to have to go to that mid to low line, or he's going to have to find a way to work Adam Boughton out of that top line. So that's why this track here can be tough to pass at, especially if you're battling a driver that is running the same line that you are. But talking about battling, Jeremy, Richie Coy, just the lap prior, was able to get around the 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick, so that is going to put him in a good position, as again, not losing points. He's actually gaining a point on the 3 if the race were to end right now. So we will keep you guys updated on where your top 3 contenders are. Right now, they're all there in the same shot. Richie Coy, Fitzpatrick Jr., and Kevin Ruff, all within striking distance, Jeremy.
And doing a fantastic job here, cycling through some of these drivers mid-pack and a little bit beyond that. You see the 99, he's only 2 spots away from the 3. That's going to be something that Kevin Ruff needs to do, is have those drivers fall back, which they have. Richie Coy and Bob Fitzpatrick sliding back a little bit. And Kevin Ruff saving the tires, doing it Dover style, is got a really good chance at maybe capitalizing. But yet again, he needs to make up 9 points to even tie Richie Coy. So out of a field of an 18-car lineup, that's half the field. He's got to have some things go his way. And what better way to do it than set yourself up in the long run here for a potential long green flag run here?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is out of your three championship contenders right now, points wise, Kevin Ruff is the biggest gainer. He is up 5 positions from where he started, whereas Richie Coy and Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. are both down positions from where they started. Richie down 2, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. down 5. So again, that is kind of how it's playing out. But that Kevin Ruff is only your second, tied for second on most positions gained so far. Right now, that title is held by that man right there, Gage Wenzel, up 9 positions. He was up 10, but Adam Boughton fighting back on the outside. So we'll say 9 to 10 positions right now as he's in a battle, locked in battle with Adam Boughton for that P2 and Jack Simpson, as Jack Simpson was kind of bouncing back and forth trying to figure out which lane was going to be faster. And Jeremy, as these guys are battling, look who that's bringing in. Your championship contenders.
They're all buttoned up here. 23 laps into this event. Still leading the way is the 19 Richie Coy. It has about a 5-car length advantage over the 3 above. Oh, I thought there was going to be contact. Richie Coy reacts to it just briefly. That was Jack Simpson in the 24. Gage Jones on the 36. Teammates, by the way. They clear each other now. 2 car lengths here. 2 on the bottom, 4 on the top. As Choo Choo, here comes the train off the corner, turn 4 exit, completing lap 24 there. Richie still goes to the bottom with Bob Fitzpatrick. Oh, 24 bounces off the wall a little bit. Did not want to see that there from Jack.
No, and that's something that we have covered and talked about before, Jeremy. Anytime that high line is the fast line around there, it's that risk versus reward. And you're going to hear us say that a couple times, and even in post-race, you know, depending on what questions we ask, you may hear the drivers say that very same thing. The risk versus reward just does not pay off. So the reward for running that high line, you are going to be much faster. You're going to have that exit corner speed that is phenomenal and hard to beat on mid or low lines. That is the reward. The risk is, in order to maximize that, you have to run so close to the wall. And as the tires heat up and wear in, or if you miscue on your throttle rollout or roll back in and you hit that wall, you're going to risk wall glue and losing spots. You're going to risk damage to these cars, which the body panels are very resilient. But Jeremy, you and I both know the internal components are held together with duct tape and you know, pixie sticks. They're not that strong. So that's the risk versus reward for these drivers. And I mean, sometimes you gotta weigh it. Is it worth it or is it not? You can see some drivers say it is. Some, on the other hand, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, that was a topic of discussion throughout the weekend. Of course, every time you're at Homestead is how close do you push the issue? Do you risk some damage? Do you not? It's carbon composite body, though, on these next-gen Gen 7s. And so with that, they're a little more durable on just the outer shell portion of the vehicle. And we see Richie Coy, now Bob Fitzpatrick. They're looking to pass the 24 Jack Simpson. So just like that, the 3 and the 19 went from 2nd and 3rd, slides back to 6th and 7th. And then reeling in the race leader now, or 2nd place rather, Gage Wenzel. It looks like the race leader because Gino Mero's 2.5 seconds ahead all by his lonesome. This guy has just...
He's gone.
blown my mind when it comes to the past 3 months and just how much speed he's carried recently.
Oh, yeah, he's gone. There's the pack right there. This is off of the rear bumper cam of Gino Mero right now. And that is your pack. That is the battle for second. You can see the red car of Gage Wenzel up top. You can see the yellow car of Richie Coy down low. And look at the distance that Gino Mero has pulled. I mean, it's just, he is in a whole new zip code compared to the rest of the drivers right now. So he's running his own race. He's not in it for championship. He's in it for race win glory. That's what he's looking to do. He's already got 2 wins under his belt already. So he's looking to try to sit here and make that a 3-pack and have a win at Homestead-Miami, where the rest of these guys, they're running their own battle right now as we look like a 3-wide situation right here. 2 of them being championship contenders. Richie Coy kind of ekes out, little loose on that low corner line, but he does slide up in front of the 36. A little bit of a bump draft to get Richie back up to speed. Move Richie up to P2. Gage Wenzel back to third. Oh!
Fitzpatrick touches the wall a little bit. Comes down off the wall to make sure wall glue is not a thing.
Gage Wenzel did too, right in front of him.
Gage did as well, and they did not lose speed, which is kind of cool to see. As in turn 3, Bob said, you know what? I tried the top. I'm done. I'm going to the bottom again, not touching that wall. Look at that. The 3 cars on the bottom. 19,399. That is all your playoff contenders. All racing nose to tail. 30 laps into this event.
Oh,
Gage once more pounds the wall that time off of a turn 1.
That's at risk versus reward, Jeremy. And that's, you said, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., he tried the high side, and he goes, nope. After he sat here and scuffed the wall a little bit, he goes, the risk isn't worth it. I got too much at stake right now, 2 points outside of the championship title. Not going to happen. But Gage, on the other hand, he's staying up there. He's committed to that high line, and you've already seen him in the wall a couple times. But look at this battle heating up between Fitzpatrick Jr. and Kevin Ruff. Kevin Ruff moving forward continually. He's up 8 spots right now from where he initially started. And Jeremy, it's I tell you what, it's not very often that you see the 3 people that are just points separated between them running like this. I mean, even in the real guys, I mean, it's to have them run so close like that is a rarity, but it's great. And Kevin Ruff, super loose going through that corner, has to check up. So scratch everything that I just sat here and said about what he's made up. He just lost it, had to gather it back up again. But fantastic save to keep that car going.
Fantastic save indeed there. As tire wear starting to fall off just a little bit in these cars. That's the thing. It's a great. Oh, Matt, hold on. We're gonna go Nerd TV replay actually. Take a look at exactly what happened as our incident count starts to pick up just a little bit.
And right there, he's loosey-goosey slideways. And he had, looked like Dalton Wicker on the inside there. And again, it was right in the middle because he had Jack Simpson coming up on the high side. But excellent job keeping a hold of that. Could have been a whole lot worse than just losing 2 spots, Jeremy.
They did an excellent job there. And actually, we got green flag pit stops. 94, Adam Boughton. On pit road this time. This is going to be on lap 34. You see Tony Ludi in the 88. He's also on pit road. So 2 cars down. Officially down 3 with Jack Simpson. See the 94 calling a shot, so he came down with him. So just like that, saw the Chevrolet Camaros on pit road to start this lap. Now the obvious question is, when does everybody else follow suit?
Yeah, and that's the big question, Jeremy, is we've seen races like this go to a pit strategy race as well. It's just this season in Nerd TV's broadcasting, we have seen pit strategies, win big. We're talking saving 6 laps of fuel to get the win big. We've also seen pit strategies not fare all that well for drivers either, as we got more coming down pit road. Alexander Hodge joins the list of drivers coming down pit road in that number 11. So he is going to come down for his green flag pit stop, lap 36. Overshoots his box. Oh, that's going to cost him precious time in pit road, which is going to cost him precious distance on the track. Again, that's the pit road, mishaps that we see. That it cost Jack Simpson last week a good finish. So, it's pit road is so vital that, we don't realize it as viewers exactly how vital it is. When it's green flag runs like this, it can make or break a situation.
Getting word, Jack Simpson in the 24, unable to compete the rest of the distance, getting really sick.
Oh, no.
Well, today, he says, good luck to the championship contenders. Cannot make it. Been sick. And that's it. The 24 is out after running, again, a strong top 5 run for the first 30 laps of the 213 Simware 200. And getting a DNF, at least at the moment. He might jump in later. Who knows? We got some time, but right now, not feeling it.
And that's unfortunate. It's... Nobody likes feeling sick, and Jeremy, there's no worse of a feeling than feeling sick and being strapped into a tight, confined sim rig as well. really working. But hopefully he feels better. But it's a heartbreaker because that's 2 weeks now that he's been running so good, and just something out of his control ends up costing him and leading to another potential DNF. So it's a heartbreaker. But I tell you what, I mean, excellent guy, good driver. I mean, he's got many good finishes coming his way. But right now, your leader, Richie Coy, because Gino Mero is now down pit road to the service of his virtual pit crew, getting that virtual Sunoco and 4 fresh Goodyear sneakers on that car, and he's going to head back out. But Jeremy, green flag pit stops well underway. Question is when are some of these other drivers going to come down pit road? You see Richie Coy puts the 71 a lap down as he cycles through, but we have a lot of drivers that still need to pit. Richie Coy leads the way. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., your second place in the point standings for the championship, runs P2. Dalton Wicker, P3. Gage Wenzel still holding strong even after a few wall hits and tank slaps, still holding strong in P4, and Kevin Ruff in P5. Jeremy, all 3 of your championship contenders, virtue of mathematical calculations, are all running in the top 5 right now.
Tony Ludi in the 88 also backing down for tonight's race. Not sure why. He is disconnected from the session. And then just kind of update you on the 19. He is 8/10 off the fastest time he posted in tonight's race. So the tire wear is just under 1 second variance between fast and slow. And so every single lap that the 19 stays out, you're going to see that Smart Foods Chevrolet Camaro right behind him, black and yellow on your upper half of your screen. He's going to be closing in at that fast of a rate until Richie makes that pit stop. So we're going to see the 1 versus 2 stops again. Oh, Gina, I think, scraped the wall a little bit, and Richie Coy calling pit road, Dustin.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing, and that's what I was saying. I'm like, if I was Richie, stay out until Gino comes, is getting close to you. And that he was coming, and he was coming fast. You see Richie Coy comes down pit road right now, and the reason for that is Gino had a 2-second lead on Richie Coy and the rest of the field when he came down pit road. And you see what, kind of where that put him right now. But Richie Coy is going to come out with fresher tires. I mean, you talk about an 8/10 of a second fall off in 42 laps. That's actually not bad, Jeremy. I mean, the tire wear is not terrible here tonight for these. So that tells me that, I mean, it really could be a fuel situation if they really wanted to stretch it. Dalton Wicker in the 17. Coming down pit road for his green flag pit stop. That's going to relinquish the lead to Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. So he's going to get him a point for leading a lap as well. And these 1 points here and there can be, they can be crucial. So that's why you see drivers that, if I have to stay out another lap, like Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., and extend my run just 1 lap in order to get that 1 point, I'm going to do it because he's, any driver would hate to end a season losing it by 1 point, knowing that, hey, if I would have stayed out and got that lap led, I would have tied. And, it would have been a whole different story from that point. So, Jeremy, pit road getting busier. Wenzel, Carter, coming your way.
2, 3, 4 more cars on pit road this past lap or 2. Let's see how these guys enter pit road here. Looks like clean entrances into their boxes. 8, 3, 2, 1. Nice, easy stop there. And I monitored times. Gino Mero a little bit faster on pit entry compared to Richie Coy. Everything else was identical, so the advantage goes to the 71 on this cycle. Green flag pit stops here. Still waiting on Bob to make his stop. We're on lap 46 now. If we times that by 3, Dustin, 45, 90, 135. So Bob is electing to split it nice and even down the road into thirds, knowing this race is probably going to go green flag all the way.
Yeah, and that's not a bad deal right now. So if you look at it, Richie Coy came down pit road at lap 43. And Jeremy, mathematically, if you look at it, that's going to cut him short on that if it goes green. So that means either he's going to have to stop for a splash or he's going to have to find a way to conserve and save or stretch out one of the other runs. So Richie Coy like every other driver, they are always constantly monitoring these fuel consumptions, fuel usage, and everything else to try to make that determination. So already strategy playing a factor. Fitzpatrick Jr., pit road, Gagnon, Ruff, Cogswell, all down pit road. Ruff is out of his box. Fitzpatrick Jr. out of his box. Brendan Gagnon out of his box.
Great stop for these guys here. Once the 3 gets on the track, we're going to see what the 3 championship contenders with Kevin Ruff right behind them, where they're going to cycle through. You see 2 of the 3 already. They're nose to tail. We're going to see where the 19 at is respectively. Here's the 26, Kent Mueller. Sometimes we see the 26. He likes to stay out in the very, very long run. He's calling pit road this time. So that'll cycle everybody but Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. in the 12 down pit road, which actually he's down there now. So Kent will be the final car on the green flag pit stop switch. Dustin, this pit sequence extended about 13 laps.
Yeah, which is, it's surprising, especially a race that can go to fuel strategy and pit strategy that can make or break a good finish to a dismal finish in comparison. A 13 lap spread from the first driver taking pit road to the last driver taking pit road is a pretty long stretch here at Homestead-Miami Speedway.
Speaking of long stretches, do you see this lead that the 71 has? Look at the tower here. He's got a 7-second lead over second place Adam Bowden. He came on pit road 3 seconds ahead, and he's out 7. This guy is just blistering fast on pit road, on the track. Does not matter. This Smart Foods Camaro is just a rocket ship.
He's got a straightaway lead over second place Adam Bowden. And actually that battle there is looking to heat up as Richie Coy is looking to do battle with the 94. So yeah, he has a straightaway lead right now. But remember, these championship contenders, they don't have to win the race. So they would love to win the race. They'd love to end it on a win, but they are racing the other championship contenders. They just have to finish better than those drivers. Whatever else happens right now it doesn't matter. They just have to beat. So Richie Coy just has to beat Fitzpatrick Jr. and Kevin Ruff. That's who he has to beat. He doesn't have to win. He just has to beat those 2. And, vice versa with the other 2 drivers. They just have to beat the other 2 competitors.
And speaking of which, the times between those guys, Richie Coy, of course, pit a little bit sooner. He is currently 7.8 behind Gino. The number 3 of Fitzpatrick is 14. So it's a 6.5 second variance between the 19 and the 3. But Bob does have the fresher tires. They're going about 40 laps, 45 on a set of tires. And we talked about Bob splitting it nice and even into thirds in this race. Richie Coy has to extend a second or third run longer than his first one to equal out. So
by 2 laps.
Did it benefit or hurt? But we're going to take our first picture-in-picture since all the pit stops are sequenced through. We'll be right back. And back full screen here as we're continuing to cycle through this second green flag run, lap 59 underway, closing in on the completion of it as Gino Mero, your race leader, through 3 and 4 right now. 6.9 second lead for the 71 is again this driver in the Smart Food Camaro is just blistering fast compared to everybody else so far into the first third of this event for the 213 Simware 200. He's got the 12 Robert Fitzpatrick behind him. A little bit of blink action there once more, but we're going to kind of cycle back a little bit here. Why not? Let's fire up the Nerd TV Top 10 recap, or Waterford Concepts Top recap for that matter. So the 71, we've talked about him. He's just on a mission, second place. Going to cycle back 6.5 seconds to find the first playoff contender, Richie Coy, who is just closing in 4/10 faster than the 71 this time by. Third place, Gage Wenzel. This guy's picked up 9 positions. Him and Jack Simpson were on a tear to get to the top 5. They made it there. Jack not feeling too well. He had to back out of tonight's event. But Gage Wenzel, nonetheless, from front row, is just doing some work. Here as he's up 9 spots. Fourth place, Dalton Wicker. Tiny Toes got the biggest fan base on the YouTube side here tonight. He's up 3 positions himself from 7th to 4th. Continuing to make progress through this field. 5th place, second place contender, Bob Fitzpatrick, 10.8 at the line. So he's still 6 seconds behind Richie Coy. Kind of surprising that he's not able to progress, as Richie's getting a little more comfortable as this race keeps going on. Kevin Ruff, your third and final contender for the points. Currently running 6th. He's up 7 positions from his starting spot, 13th to 6th. Then you have Alexander Hodge, P7. He's up 2 spots from his starting position. Decent, clean night for the number 11. 8th place, Adam Boughton. He's down 4 spots.
Actually, Dwayne Furtick.
Oh, he switched over. No wonder my numbers looked all confusing as I was reading it live. At the line, flip-flop position. So we're going to say Dwayne Furtick. This guy is up 8 positions. There in the number 25. Then Adam Boughton now in 9th place, down 5.
Now it's Corey Dank.
No, he's not at the line. He's not at the line. Give this to me. 10th place. Now 9th place. Now 10. Oh, that was a tie. Is that a tie?
That was pretty close to a tie, yes.
3 1,000ths of a second right there. That was the difference. But and then 10th place, number 8, Michael Carter. He's down 2 spots. And that is your Waterford Concepts Top 10 recap.
Oh, they couldn't make it easy for you, Jeremy. They're out. They're like, you know, we're gonna go out here and we're gonna battle this stuff out. We're not gonna make it easy for Mr. Stanley up in the booth. He thinks he's talking about 8th place, and that person's now in 10th place. But we haven't crossed the line yet. That's when our scoring software updates for our production side. So Jeremy out there having a hard time trying to keep up with it, but. Excellent job again, the Waterford Concepts Top 10 recap. Got to thank Waterford Concepts LLC for all they have done. They have provided championship trophies in the past for RSR. And you know what, Jeremy? I'm going to sit here and just go ahead and do it. I'm already doing it anyway. Waterford Concepts, we'll go ahead and plug them as well. Again, they have provided in the past championship trophies for RSR. These things are awesome. They are an engineering, 3D printing, and a 3D scanning and composite company, manufacturer that they focus on automotive more than anything else. But as we talked about, they have provided in the past the championship trophy. So they dabble in a few other things as well on the side to get stuff done. But if you are ever in the need for anything on the automotive side as far as manufacturing, anything that takes engineering or any type of 3D printing, composite, Waterford Concepts LLC is your stop.
That's a rare one-off. Dustin calls a sponsor out while I'm on the microphone. Shout out to Ballistic for that. Making my job, just a touch bit easier up here.
I try, my man. You do a lot. I try.
That's absolutely right. We're sharing call-outs of sponsors now. We'll be sharing packs of TCG virtual cards later. That's how the nerds roll. Not just nerds in racing, nerds in a lot of categories.
It's a lifestyle choice, Jeremy. Being a nerd's a lifestyle choice. We're loud and proud, and that's exactly how we're going to do it.
Especially when you tune in to our stuff. We'll let you know 100% on that notion. And that was kind of a weird line there for the 71.
It was.
Was he getting loose? His car's been looking a little uneasy, but that was a very weird exit turn number 4. But he's losing a ton of time, too. He's down to 3.2. Richie is continuing to make progress. But then Bob Fitzpatrick is continuing to make progress on him. He's down to 4 seconds is the gap.
Are they saving
Things
fuel?
are closing in. I mean, maybe Richie is. Maybe
Well,
Gino.
Gino sat here. Gino pitted before Richie did.
He did.
So he's shorter. So maybe they're backing it down, knowing they have a lot of that extra time to try to save and conserve those laps now so that they can go all out on the remaining 2 runs. I mean, it's a possibility, Jeremy. I mean, we're just over halfway right now, working lap 70 of 135. So this is when, knowing that it could go green flag like this all the way, maybe they're starting to save a little bit, and that's why we're seeing that huge gap in between first and second and third start to diminish.
You know, it's very, very true. We'll find out though. When we get to lap 80, lap 90, we'll know for sure. So about 20 laps, I would say, will be the telling sign on. Because remember, Bob, he's right down the middle. At lap 90, 91, you will see that 3 car down. If Richie can make that distance, so he'll probably come down there. As Gino, he'll be the one. Which, did we lose? Who did we lose there?
Gage Wenzel, he had some blinky. So there's been a number of drivers, because I've seen Dalton Wicker blink out as well. So I mean, typically seeing Gino Mero blink out, that's been a constant over about the last 3 to 4 weeks. But tonight, I don't know if there's interruptions going on, but we're seeing a number of other drivers actually blink out that we typically don't. Like Gage Wenzel, he just had the blinky. That's who you thought we almost lost there. I've seen Dalton Wicker have blinkies as well. So something to keep an eye on, because I mean that can have implications on the racing on the track as well. Because when a car disappears and competitors don't know where you're at, and then all of a sudden, as I say that, there goes Dalton Wicker, and then all of a sudden you reappear. Sometimes you can reappear right in front of another car, and it can cause you to react. We've seen that in the Global Racing Truck Series race a couple weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, where a car blinked out and then came back in, and one of the drivers reacted and actually led to them losing control because it almost just dropped right on their front nose. So it can be detrimental.
Absolutely can be. We're completing lap 73 on to 74. 1.1 is the gap for the race lead. Are you looking at number 3, Bob Fitzpatrick? 3 seconds, 3.5.
Going back to the high line.
19. He's searching, man. He's searching. It's I guess if you're gonna do some homework and try to figure out what's fastest, now is the time to do it. Don't find it too late. And if you find the wrong spot too early, you know where to correct it. So not a bad idea. If he runs to the bottom side though in 3 and 4, which 3 and 4, well, there's the first guy who pitted, I think, last time, the 94 Adam Boughton. He's back down again, this time on 75. So he went about 42 laps on that cycle for the 94. And there's back to the 71. Okay, contact a little bit off the outside wall as Richie Coy is right there lurking. He's a half a second behind. Yeah, when we're talking about lap stints, so Gino Mero ran 38 laps on his first run there. He's at 36 since the last time he has come down to the service of his virtual pit crew. 37 now as they cross the line. Richie Coy ran 42 on his first. He is at 33. So you're already seeing that's a 4-lap difference in tires right there. And these tires will equalize out after a certain amount of time. But if drivers take it easy on those tires in the early stages, even 30 laps later, 4-lap fresher tires can make the difference. As you see a battle right now for the race lead, Richie Coy going to the inside
He currently holds it. Gino Morrow super loose coming off of turn 4 there, able to keep it off the wall and keep it going straight. But you can definitely tell the tire wear and heat in the 71 right now, as that car was way out of funk coming out of turn 4.
Stephanie Hunt on the YouTube side, I apologize if you posted this comment a little bit ago. I just now turned back to the chats. She wants to run down.
Oh my gosh, Jeremy. Oh, it's so hard to find good help, Stephanie. I'm sorry.
Okie dokie, signing off. See you guys later. Hey, there's Gino Mero. Look at him. Flying down pit road, locks it down. He did the same thing as last time. Just locked it up right before the line and getting down to speed, no problem. But the points, as they're kind of cycling through, Richie came into this thing with a 2-point lead over the number 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick. Right now, that lead is now 4 points, as Bob is in 3rd, Richie's in 1st. And then Kevin Ruff, 9 points outside of Richie. Right now, he's 4th place. So, leader is Richie. Minus 4 is Bob Fitzpatrick. Minus 13? Yeah, minus 13 will be Kevin Ruff. So that is your current points rundown right just past the halfway mark of this 213 Simware 200. And then Brian Fine saying, good luck, champ drivers. Thank you, nerds, for everything you have done. You're incredible. I thank you, man. I appreciate that.
That's
I wish
a
I'd
fine
rather see you on
comment.
track, though.
Right?
But nonetheless, a very fine comment, right?
Fine
Fine as that
comment.
sand that's on the Tiny Toes cars.
That's right. You know what? And we appreciate that, Brian. Again, I agree with Jeremy. I much rather would have seen you out here on the track competing and having fun as well, and miss seeing that fine-looking number 57 machine out there. But again, we appreciate all the comments. We have had a blast calling this season, and all the talent that RSR and you guys have brought so far has been phenomenal. And we still have a race to go because we still don't know who is going to be crowned RSR BestOne Cup Series champion for 2024.
It's going to be coming down to the wire. That's absolutely for certain, as we're just waiting in the next 10 laps. We're going to see the majority of this field cycle through the pit road. So we're going to stay live here, full screen, until the pit stops for the most part have been completed.
Just as I turned away from the 36 of Gage Wenzel, he wall slaps it again. Again, that risk versus reward on that high side, and Gage Wenzel, he is willing to push the issue and really test it out. He's not afraid. You want to talk about ice in the veins? There you go. He's not afraid to lay it all out there, Jeremy.
One would say he cannot gauge the distance between himself and the wall. There you go. There's the comment of the night.
There's your comment of the night. We always like to try to throw those in there. And here recently, Jeremy, I've actually been outdoing you from what the drivers from the Global Racing League Truck Series have been saying. So I've actually felt pretty good to outdo you. But yeah, you got to step it up. But that was a good one. Is the 36 hits the wall again, Jeremy? I would say that a lot of these drivers in the top 5 are going to be coming down pit road here in the next lap or two. 36 is probably definitely one of the top ones on the docket to hit pit road.
Yeah, 100% there. As on the long run, Dustin, you just can't hold a Dalton Wicker to me when it comes to that. I'm done. I'm going to see myself out now. Here's the 19. There he is. I thought he was going to come in. He has such a low exit. I thought he was coming down pit road. He said nope. And
did you see the 71 through 3 and 4 though? Just hammers that wall through 3 and 4.
Doesn't affect him now. He's still got a full speed, and now he's going to pass the 19. So he's going to scrape some more fender off the outside there on turn 2 exit.
Makes it more aerodynamic that way.
Aerodynamically sound. He said, what's downforce on the right side of my car? I don't need that. I'm going to use the wall cushion for that.
That's right. But he gets his lap back the hard way. That puts Gino Morrow right now on the lead lap after his green flag pit stop. Richie Coy still out there logging laps. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., your second place championship points contender, running P2 right now. Gage Wenzel right now locked in a battle with Kevin Ruff. Kevin Ruff, your third championship points contender. And these two side by side, a little bit of contact as they go through the turn right now. Jeremy, a little bit more space as Kevin Ruff diamonds off that corner, takes that low exit. And you see Alexander Hodge coming up. He's got fresher tires. He has already completed his second green flag pit stop, but has nowhere to go.
99, 36, roughing each other up here. Cabin roughing each other up. As they give some space this time.
Oh,
two.
You're killing me. I cannot keep up with this, Jeremy. You man, all
I'm
right.
making up for all.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, you are. This guy is punny for days.
Punny for days, not for weeks. You have to catch me on the right day. Catch me on the right day. How about that? As I go again. And there goes the number 11, Alexander Hodge. He's going to quickly dive to the inside of the 99, 36. Going to do the 2-for-1 special in this set of corners. As we're halfway through lap 87 here. You got the two tiny toes on your screen there. Who's who? I don't know. Look at the numbers. That's the color difference. 3 on the top, 2 on the bottom here. And, ooh, the Dustin, this is so close.
There is like no room. There was no room in between those two cars. I about said truck, see? You got me all discombobulated. Oh, way up top again. Into the wall is the 36. That's going to put him side by side again with the 99 Kevin Ruff. But Ruff gets loose off of turn 2. Has to collect it back up, and he's going to lose speed. Got to shout out Brian Fine. He says to both of you, this fine beer is for you. Thank you, sir. Salud. Much appreciated. Also says the number 71 of Gino has a fine tune under that hot rod.
19 on pit road. Race leader, points leader. And the Lucky Lemon Ford Mustang Dark Horse GT. He's going to find the box. 3, 2, 1. 36 gauge Wenzel. He's calling the pit road. This is where we expect the most of the drivers to pit, is right around lap 90 to split this race into thirds. And we got about 5 or 6 drivers calling entrance this time. So all of a sudden, here we go. We'll get real busy.
Oh!
My tiny toes engage. Here comes the 25, the number 8 behind him. Almost contact with the 36, trying to get everything you can on entrance.
Oh, man, he got everything plus some out of that as he makes a little contact there. We're going to go on board. We got to see this. Watch how close he comes in right now. That is Dalton Wicker right there. And whoa, and he does make contact. Oh, I don't know if that sped up the 17 of Dalton Wicker, Jeremy. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. That might have been a bump enough to sit here and put a little extra speed under the 17 to push him over that threshold.
Man, oh man. Cutting it stupid close right there. Great kick back to the replay. And then Steve Rada, esports driver for us on Nerd Esports, saying go Coy. That's for the number 19, of course, Richie Coy. So Richie's finally got someone out there shouting. Here comes one of the playoffs drivers, Bob Fitzpatrick. Gonna make the entrance here. See right there, there's the other 2 playoff contenders passing him on the outside. Kevin Ruff gets a lap lead that last time by, so count the bonus point to the 9 or 99. He's gonna desperately need anything he can if he wants a chance here as we're approaching the final third of this race.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, bonus points, points of any kind are so important right now, but I would expect to see the 99 to hit pit road probably this time, now that he got that lap lead, and here he comes. This will be your last driver to come to the service of his virtual pit crew right now. That's the driver of the 99, Kevin Ruff. That will cycle the lead back to Gino Mero right now once everything cycles through and Gino crosses the line.
I don't know if you caught it. Turn 2 last time by Michael Carter in the 8. Almost crushed the inside wall. Massive loose from the top lane. Slides down all the way to the bottom. Doesn't hit anything, though, so it probably didn't register as anything on your end, but that was a pretty close call for the number 8. But we stay green still. Only issue on the track was that. I think I just heard Gage Wenzel come on the radio and said, "Yeah, I have to pee." I don't know. I have to confirm that or not. These guys are just having a ball out here at Homestead.
They are. Kent Mueller coming down. So I was wrong. Kent Mueller was another driver that still had to pit. So I was off on that one. But yeah, that is a real thing, Jeremy. These longer races, we don't have the ability to just relieve ourselves on these long races like NASCAR drivers tend to do when they're running 400-mile races or anything else. So it gets tough. It really does. I don't know about you. I know there's been a number of times, especially in super speedway leagues, where we're under caution and I come down the second I hit my box. I unstrap out of the rig and I go and use the facilities and I come back in. If I have to go to the back, I go to the back. But hey, you know what? When nature calls, man, it's tough, and that makes it tougher when you're trying to concentrate.
Oh, we got a wreck here. 36 Gage Winslow causes a caution, and I think the comment was more so for Tiny Toes driver Dalton Wicker. He was blinking so rapidly in front of him, it almost looked like Gage Winslow just wanted to eliminate the situation. As we're going to kick to the Nerd TV replay, we're going to see the blinky. Well, you don't see it there.
Oh, wow.
It's blinky for days.
Blinking for days, and this is exactly what we were talking about. So I know where he's at. I don't know where he's at. Oh, there he is. Nope, he's gone. Where's he at? I don't know where he's at. Oh, there he is. This is what we're talking about. Look, I mean, Gage Winslow has just tough, and and that one there, it's yeah, that could have been a frustration. Blinking that bad, not knowing where it's at. I mean, we seen Gage change lanes. He used 2 to 3 different lanes there and have to slow up. That and I mean, that's what's tough. Dalton Wicker's still blinking.
I'm laughing over here because Kel Scopoline literally just asked, "Can you do a close-up of Tiny Toes paint jobs, please?" As the moment we are zoomed in on a perpendicular T-bone on the front straightaway of a Tiny Toes driver. So hopefully that was the shot that you were looking for.
I got you. Here we go.
He's gonna do another one. Okay, here we go. Slow motion.
Right there.
Stop it.
Stop motion. That's about as good and close up as we can get, because you're not going to get much closer than that whatsoever. Probably not the way the Kelscopoline wanted to see the paint job there, because it is a beautiful paint job.
How many checkered flags does the 17 have behind his name? That is not correct.
That is a lot. Definitely probably from other leagues. It has to be from other leagues.
The poker chips or something. I don't know, but yeah. But yeah, there's the close up of the paint scheme.
And you still see him blinking back there.
Yeah, look at that. I've seen some blinking in my day. The rapidness of his blinking, though, I think I've not seen it ever.
No, it's like it's a machine gun. I mean, it's just like da 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 da. And then it shoots particles and everything else. And I mean, we have seen some latency issues in tonight's championship race like we haven't seen all season long. Like I said, we'll see it from time to time from a driver here or there. But I mean, we've seen it from Gino already tonight. We've seen it from the 36 of Gage Wenzel tonight. We've seen it from Dalton Wicker tonight. And it's irony that the caution that brought out the boomer button box caution tonight, as he blinks out again, happens to 2 of the drivers that had been blinking and having latency issues tonight. So, Jeremy, I don't know. It's definitely latency problems for a number of drivers, and that one there, I've been in Gage Wenzel's seat before. I've been in that driver's cockpit where people disappear. You don't know where they're at. They reappear. They disappear numerous times. And eventually you just stay in the throttle and you're like, you know what? What happens. If they reappear on my nose, it was meant to be. Because I can't keep doing it, because then what you're going to do is cause a stack up behind you that is going to cause a caution either way. So at some point in time, you just have to risk it for the biscuit and say, you know what? I'm just going to stay in it and hope that when they come back, it's ghosted and we just kind of ghost through each other until the latency can solidify again.
Brisket for the biscuit is the new term there. And Dustin, this caution reels back in our drivers that we're looking at. Richie had, I think, the advantage overall. Bob now back to just 1 second. He's going to need a great restart to capitalize on the 19, because the 19 is going to be leading this restart P1. On the inside, it looks like he's going to choose over Gage, so we're going to go back to green flag next lap. It'll be on exactly lap 100, so 36 laps to go in this event. When we do get the green flag next time by, no more pit stops for fuel, no more pit stops for tires unless we see another yellow. So this is going to be just very, very exciting restart, I would imagine. Remember the first 10, 15 laps of the opening start was amazing. A lot of 2x2, a lot of flip-flopping of positions, and I would expect no different on this one.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, we're going to come back with exactly 35 laps to go. By the time, we get everything rolling, it's make or break time. There's race implications on the line. There's championship implications on the line. There's a lot at stake for a number of drivers. You're probably going to see the aggression level move up by some of these drivers that you typically didn't see before. That's to be expected. There's a lot on the line right now, Jeremy, as the pace truck pulls off, getting ready for green flag.
Green flag's out. This thing's back underway. Rich with an excellent start over Gage. Gets that 1 car length advantage. Into turn number 1. Gino Mera forces his way to the top, trying to get to the wall as quickly as possible. We're going to see how much of a launch he gets off the corner exit. I saw this over this past weekend. It worked wonders on the restarts. Does he get a good launch? He does not. Surprisingly, just gets past Bob in the 3, who Bob desperately needs to pick up some spots here to get with the 19 who has the clean air and the most points in this championship run.
Yeah, so losing a spot is not what the 3 of Fitzpatrick Jr. is wanting, as you see him get a little loose coming off of turn 4. But Jeremy, look how close the racing is up here. Richie Coy was the Pied Piper. He was leading that lane. Corey Denk was right behind him. Gage Wenzel, and now we're looking like we're going to try to go 3 wide. We are. Corey Denk in the center. Wenzel up top, Ruff down low. They're going to dive it off into turn 3 wide. Corey Denk back and forth trying to get a little bit of room in separation as those 2 cars were not given much breathing room in the center. Corey Denk backs out of that, very wisely backs out of it. And now the race is between Gage Wenzel and Kevin Ruff, as Kevin Ruff is trying to, again, gain as many points as possible, as he was the one furthest back. He's got the 71 of Gino looking on the inside. Just not enough, though, but Gino going to try to get that run down that straightaway, and he's going to do it solo. Fitzpatrick Jr. goes in to that top side.
Gino making some dives, almost making some contact with the left rear, the championship contender. Kevin Ruff, twice now, close call, able to not make contact at the end of the day. Still green flag, 2x2 through the first set of corners here on lap 103. All the way up to the wall, the 71 goes, gets the little run off the corner exit, little loose. Oh, they 11 turns. 4-car wreck. 5, heavy contact to the inside goes Michael Carter. He's probably obliterated at the infield. He's back behind, yep. Second caution presented by Boomer Button Boxes, and this was brewing, Dustin. I heard the 11 on the radio for a couple laps straight about some close calls, and here we are.
Dalton Wicker, nowhere to go. You see 8 of Michael Carter, nowhere to go there. He gets slammed to the outside, and then he goes all the way from uptown to way downtown. Does the 8 of Michael Carter. He bounces off that inside wall there, and the 20. Wow. The 26 of Kent Mueller just getting around that.
We're going to have to take a look at the Oakley visor cam, at least on one of these guys. Michael almost scoots by.
Oh.
And then he got clipped. And
that was real time.
Great job. Yeah, he whipped it around so quick. That was real time. Did an excellent job trying to avoid it, but just too much momentum, headed to the infield. Slams the wall. Heavy contact. Looseness. There's the dive down. Kent Mueller.
Ooh.
Excellent drive. Wow, I did not realize how close he was to get involved in that. Excellent drive from the 26.
And the thing was, is he thought he was clear. Like he was taking the safe route. He being Kemp Mueller was taking the safe route down there. He's like, nah, fam. I got this. We're good. There's not going to be any issues here. And he takes the safe route. He sees the incident happening up here, dives it way low. He goes, okay, I'm good. I'm clear. And then Michael Carter out of nowhere off the inside wall, and all of a sudden he's like, oh man, and has to readjust, thinking that he was already in the clear. So split second decisions like that, Jeremy. It's nutty how these drivers can do that.
All right. Well, a little mix up, a little strategy. Bob Fitzpatrick, Kevin Ruff stay out. Richie Coy coming down pit road to go off sequence on the virtual Goodyears. Richie came down, got 4 freshies. Remember, they only ran about, 10 laps at most on that run? Not even 10. But he's got 4 freshies. He's only down 4 positions from Bob Fitzpatrick. So this, probably a great call from the 19 to give up the track position to get the tires. And we still going to be going green flag, with 29, 28 to go? So I think that was worth it.
And it's at risk versus reward, Jeremy. It's I'll play devil's advocate. Absolutely, you have the freshest tires out of your other 2 championship competitors right now, being the 99 of Kevin Ruff and the 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. Freshest tires, awesome call. The downside to that is the amount of drivers that are in between right now. So Kevin Ruff is sitting first, Fitzpatrick Jr. is third, Richie Coy is 7th. Doesn't seem like much, but there are other drivers that are in between them. That increases the chance that something could happen in between that. We've seen wrecks already take place within the top 5. We've seen it take place with the 17 of Dalton Wicker and the 36 of Gage Wenzel. So again, it's at risk versus reward. But I agree. I think having the fresher tires, I think Richie Coy will be able to get through the traffic, and having those fresher tires at the end, I think, is going to increase his chances at trying to compete on a championship level with his 2 competitors of Fitzpatrick Jr. and Kevin Ruff.
We're going to see exactly what it's going to look like. 1 lap to go. Pace truck lights are off. Going back to green flag. 27 to go. We're going to see the 19 of Richie Coy going to be starting back in 7th. Kevin Ruff currently leading, and Bob Fitzpatrick in 3rd. So the main race is if Richie can stay clean and drive up through the field, who's going to be the better man? Is it going to be the 3? Is it going to be the 19? Will they both get tied up in something and allow the 99 to have a chance? Michelle Rittenberry is saying, let's go, Kevin.
Right
through the roof on her camp.
Right before that, she says, "Oh, the anxiety, LOL." So it's even the fan base is feeling the pressure. And again, Jeremy, they're just like us. We have no idea how this is going to end. We just know the 3 drivers that have that championship possibility. How it works out is 100% completely up to fates and up to the drivers on the track tonight.
Pace truck about to set down for potentially the final time or not. We'll see. Kevin in control here. Watch the tires spin. Green flag is out. Decent jump over the 71. And let's see if the 99 likes to take the bottom. Oh, a little congestion on the top lane with the 94 not getting the best restart. Oh, no. He gets loose. Corey Dink sideways. Hits the wall. We stay green.
Oh, and that
no one behind him. We are staying green. Terrible for Corey Dink here in the 7.
Oh, that is horrible. Bad. And that was right near the 19 of Richie Coy as well. So that's what we were talking about. But man, unfortunate for Corey Dink. Had such a strong run going on.
So close there. Huge implications of this championship event. Who is the 3 going to cross over the 94's nose? Goes single file here. Richie up to the 3rd groove. Remember, there only needs to be a 2-car spread for Richie to tie, which then he would win based off of wins, I do believe, for the championship. So really, Bob needs 3-car advantage between him and the 19 to claim tonight's trophy or just get the win. Either way, that's how you're going to do it. Can Bob get to first place? Can Richie hold on? Been very I know the word I'm talking about. Consistent is the word.
There it
all
is.
year. I'm not consistent. He is. Corey Denk in the 7, by the way, just backed out of tonight's event. So count that as your 4th car backed out tonight.
Yeah, unfortunate turn of events there. Just got loose on the corner entry there. And, you know, we were talking about it. You know, you heat these tires up, you cool them off under caution like that, under the boomer button box caution, then you go back at it full tilt. And sometimes these tires just do not like that. Talking about full tilt, Jeremy, look at this. Kevin Ruff, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., now getting ready to battle it out for P2. These are your 2nd and 3rd place contenders for the championship right now, looking to duke it out for everything. 2 cars behind this battle is your championship points leader, Richie Coy. So they are all right there. 25 laps to go, 24 as they cross the line this time. Jeremy, anything can happen.
Wahid Ultimate on the YouTube side saying, Corey Denk, you got this. You are so hot. I just had to read that out there. So Corey Denk continue to have his fan base watching tonight as he's got the sun paint scheme. And here is the split. Richie is going to pass the 36 gauge Winslow at the same time. Bob passes the 99 to Kevin Ruff. Still a 2-car split.
Ruff got in the wall.
Tie. He did. He got in the wall. He got a little bit of wall glue, backed it down. Didn't hurt him too bad. But as they stand right now, Dustin, dead tie on the points between the 19 and the 3. I think the difference goes to the 19 based off of win count.
Yeah, if it comes down to a tiebreaker, win count is always the first tiebreaker. If they have the same amount of wins, then it starts going to other stats like top 5s and top 10s. But I believe you are correct on that, Jeremy. If the race were to end right now, I do believe that the scales would tilt in favor of the 19 based on win counts for the season. But that is not the case, Jeremy. We got 22 more ticks and circuits to go around this track, and your 3 championship contenders are running P2, P3, and P4, all within striking distance.
Bob Fitzpatrick 1/10 faster over Gino O'Mara last lap as he's getting closer to seeing maybe his first. It would be a second checkered flag, I do believe, of the 2021 season, and the very most important one of his career at RSR. Can he close that gap? He retained 0.3 as the difference. Gino to the top, Bob to the bottom. Richie at the wake, ready to strike at any moment. He holds the tiebreaker between him and the 3. Kevin needs a miracle for the 3 and the 19 to fall back, however, which means necessary. Coming across the line, 20 laps to go.
20 laps to go, and these drivers still neck and neck. Gino Mero still doing the blinky up there, but not in a situation like what it was with Dalton Wicker. But right now, Jeremy, I mean, these drivers are not holding back. I mean, it's all or nothing at this point in time. You see Gino, he's going for broke. He's going for the race win. He doesn't have a leg in on the top 3 as far as championship, but you know what? He wants to go out there and claim that race trophy, and that's what he's doing. He's full tilting it. And these 3 drivers right here are definitely full tilting it. As you see Richie Coy close in, he's going to make this 2-car battle a 3-car battle. And just like that, Jeremy, all 3 of your championship contenders are all racing for real estate in the same location.
99 gets loose, allows the 19 to slip by easy. I think that was partly because the 99 of Ruff pushed the 3 of Fitzpatrick deep into turn number 1, offset both of the cars, and allowed Richie to hit his marks flawlessly. And contact!
Oh!
Huge push. Off-center push. I thought that was going to send Richie to the outside wall. Thankfully, that was not the case, but man, that could have been huge.
Woo! Holy moly. That could not be any closer right now, Jeremy. That was so close coming off that corner. You see the run that Kevin gets, and look at this. Ho, ho, ho! Hello, Mr. Kevin Ruff.
Caused some damage to show up on the nose of the 99. Just, it was more contact. Kevin Ruff being roughed up by Gage Wenzel into turn number 1 sends Kevin deep into turn 2. He's going to come back down the track and destroy Gage Wenzel as the third caution comes out, presented by Boomer Button Boxes. And that was an intentional gets.
Wow.
I saw him push him into turn 1. Complete retaliation from Kevin. And it's going to bring it down to just a really short run finish to end this thing tonight.
There's not very often, Jeremy, am I at a loss for words, but wow, I did not expect that to happen at all on that one. We're going to back this up and take a look at all of the events that led up to this, as it started down the stretch. You're going to see that 36 at Gage Wenzel. He's going to come up, going to get that draft. Oh, so there's a little bit of blocking going on. 99 came down to block. Gage Wenzel showed him he didn't like that too much, pushed him into the corner a little bit more to send him up, and the 99 did what it appears, and we call it as we see it. It appears that he went down. We're gonna go on board here from the 36 on this one here. Both of these cars damaged, Jeremy. So the 36 is gonna go down for a pass. The 99 is gonna go for the block right there. Then you're gonna see the bump right there from Wenzel saying, "Hey, I didn't appreciate that. I had the run. You knew I had the run." That's gonna push the 99 up into the corner. Didn't get into the wall, but pushed him out of the racing line. And then just like that, the 99 is going to come down and wipe both of them out.
Yeah, great call there. Play by play. It was started by the block. So
it
thing
did. Transpired
starting with Kevin. And it also ends with Kevin going on the Oakley visor camera inside the cockpit here. Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on.
He might have got loose on that one. That's why I wanted to go in on that visor cam. Yeah, he turned it right, so they're...
Well, back it up a little bit further, because he hit apex with a sharp wheel, and I think the car might have gotten loose just because of the sharp apex. But we'll see here.
Right there.
Okay, well, I've been wrong before. I'm very used to being wrong, actually. So much so that doesn't make.
So
it looks so intentional. He gets pushed up the corner, and then he turns down the track. But then you go to the visor camera,
and it's a different story.
I don't know.
And that's what's tough. That's why being a broadcaster is tough. We call it only from the angles that we see, which is the same angles that you have. And in situations like this where you know that tensions are high, things are heated, this situation is what gets it tough. I mean, we've seen the intentional block. That was intentional. There wasn't anything there. That was a block trying to maintain position, not lose anything more. We've seen the frustrated bump from Wenzel into the 99. That was just saying, hey, didn't appreciate that. Jeremy, we've all been there. I've done that to drivers as well, saying, hey, didn't appreciate that, just letting you know. And, but what happened afterwards, depending on what angle you watch, is completely different. And that's why I'm going to say I'm glad I'm not an admin and I'm not making calls, because that one there could go either way. You look at it from the outside, it does. It looks like there was turn down, but you go on the visor cam and you can see him crank that wheel to the right real quick, which tells us from driver perspective, and Jeremy, we've got thousands of laps on this simulator and other simulators in the past. It was loose. He was correcting it to sit here and keep it from snapping. So, I mean, it's a tough call, but ultimately, it takes out two fast cars. That's the downside to it. Two fast cars. One of them was a championship contender in the top 3.
And while we were talking about that situation, Bob Fitzpatrick came down pit road trying to be the Tyler Reddick of Homestead at RSR. Richie Coy pitted on lap 105, 106 on that last caution. 20 or about 18 laps later, the 3 has come down pit road for his fresh set of tires. And they still have to race 12 laps. Or 12 laps. They have to race 12 laps. And look at the difference on the pylon. Richie second, Bob Fitzpatrick sixth. I think Bob has a fantastic shot to not only passing the 19, but winning this race based on the first car and one of the very few that has a fresh set of 4 Goodyears. We're going to find out.
Oh, absolutely.
This is going to bring this thing close, man. Four Goodyears better, 18 laps difference. That could have been the difference.
It very well could have been the difference. Michelle Rittenberry on the chats saying, I don't see Kevin doing it intentional, but I could be wrong. And that's what we were talking about. You know, it's so hard to tell. Depending on the angles, you get 2 different stories. But we're back to green flag racing, Jeremy. We are going to find out if that strategy is going to pay off. 18-lap difference. But remember, Bob has got to finish 3 positions better than Richie Coy to surpass him in points. They both or win. So it's, I mean, there's a lot at play right now. But you see Gino taking off, Richie Coy very close in tow. Richie not wasting any time. He knows that Bob Fitzpatrick has got those fresh tires back there. And now he has already moved up 1 position to P5. 11 laps to go, Jeremy. This is going to get interesting.
Let's watch Bob here cycle through traffic. He's got to clear this traffic quick. We know Richie's good on the medium to long runs, which his tires are in that state right now. As the 83 a little bit loose, it pushes Bob to the outside lane for momentum purposes. Maybe going to split him 3 wide. He is in the middle of the 94, 83. 83 with a great run. Brandon Gagnon able to secure his position off the inside lane. I thought he wasn't going to be able to hold it. They go single file momentarily. 10 laps to go. Bob still trying to make the passes happen. P5 is the 3 second place and almost to the race lead is Richie Coy. He's looking to the inside as Bob dips down now to try to pass the 94.
Yeah, he's dipping down right now, trying to put that nose on the inside of the 83 of Brandon Gagnon. Gagnon putting up a good fight right now, running P3, trying to get that podium secured. And right now, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. trying to do everything he can to try to get up to Richie Coy there. That is the championship. He sees it in his sights. He knows what he has to do, but trying to get there right now is so tough. He's losing. Yeah, he is losing space right now, even to the 83 of Brandon Gagnon. Brandon up there running a good race. You still got that battle for the lead. Richie Coy still all over the back bumper of Gino Morrow right now. Jeremy, 9 laps to go. 8 as they cross the line this time. That is a lot of time for things to transgress. What is going to happen in 8 laps?
I think Bob still has the win. His tires are now in an optimal state of grip and tire heat. He's going to pass the 83, at least to look to the outside. Does he have the space? He does not on the back straightaway. Richie's going to try the inside. Gino puts the block. Top 4, all within a blanket's throw. Richie with the inside short exit off turn 4. Doesn't get the run he needs. Bob, though, has a nose over the 83, puts himself in P3. And just like this, the champion is probably going to be settled by winning this event. Can Bob do the unthinkable and win tonight's race and get himself a championship? We have 7 laps to go.
7 laps to go. Jeremy, I don't even know what is going to take place right now. All 4 of these drivers running side by side. Your championship contenders on the inside lane. Richie Coy gets him clear. Gino, he takes that top spot. You see Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. jumps up in line behind Gino. Now both back down to the inside as they're going through turns 1 and 2. You got a battle back there right now as that's the 25 of Dwayne Furtick battling the 83 of Brandon Gagnon as they're battling it out. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. passes Gino Morrow. 1 more car separates him and championship gold, and he is going to give it everything he has right now. Coming off of turn 4, 6 laps to go, 5 as they cross the line.
Bob is kind of known recently for making some good pit calls late in the going of these races, and here he is with his best chance of a oh, Richie Coy gets loose. Huge wiggle, contact, side by side for not just the race win, but the championship trophy. 3 with the fresher set of tires, 19 loose. His tires are cooked. He's going to push down the 3 as best as he can through the center, on exit, dead heat to the line. 19 is going to get it this time. 4 laps to go.
4 laps to go. They are neck and neck as they dive it off into turn 1. Richie Coy on the high side. Can he utilize that high side corner exit momentum to try to get by? Oh, the 3 a little loose coming off of turn 2 now. A little bit of a wobble, but he's got draft help. Dwayne Furtick in the 25 drops down below to help him out. Still neck and neck. The 71 of Gino going to the top side. And right now, the 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick. Can he get him clear? He does get him clear. Put Bob Fitzpatrick up to the race lead. 3 laps to go, crossing the line.
Furtick trying to be a spoiler in this race. Had a great run on the back straightaway. Had to give it up. Bob Fitzpatrick, best tires in this pack. The freshest air on the nose. 2.5 laps to go. Richie needs a mistake from Bob to get back to the lead, as this is coming down literally to the wire. Whoever wins this race wins the championship. 19-3, 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go. 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. spacing out the distance between him and championship contender Richie Coy as they work their way through 1 and 2 right now. And Dwayne Furtick on the top side. Richie Coy loose on the bottom. Jeremy, I think Richie's tires are cooked right now. Gino now going to take the pass. This is all Bob Fitzpatrick Jr.'s race and championship to lose. Again, 2 more laps. We are going to get the elevated esports racing. 1 to go. 4 more corners. 1 more lap for the pilot and driver of the number 3 to claim race victory and championship gold.
Final lap. If Richie gets passed by 1 more car, not only does he lose by the victory, he also loses by natural points separation. As we get to the final set of corners, looks like Richie's going to be able to hold 3rd. Bob Fitzpatrick doing it from strategy on pit road. The number 3 wins it all here at Homestead.
What a turn of events. Excellent strategy call. And again, that's why it's a gamble. There was nothing saying that there was going to be another boomer button box caution come out with that amount of laps left. 12 laps. There was nothing saying that, but what a strategy call. What luck to fall on the 3 for that to happen, for him to come down pit road, get the freshest set of tires. And Jeremy, that was the game-winning moment right there. And not only the game-winning, but the title-winning moment for the number 3. So what a fantastic call for this man right here.
Isn't it amazing when it comes down to the end that the championship winner seems to win the race? Doesn't matter the track. It's so weird how that works out. Riding on momentum. I'm going to call you off for hitting the wall. I don't care. Solo burnout for all the success from the 3. I'd imagine he's going to be doing this burnout until he runs out of fuel. Him in the 12. Celebrating with them. Family members doing burnouts on the front straightaway at Homestead.
Yeah, that's Papa celebrating with Junior right there. So that's Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. celebrating with his boy. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. taking the race win and championship gold.
You can't pull Bob out of the car fast enough or slow enough. You're just not going to do it. He's going to keep burning them down. We have to go through the unofficial results eventually, but this is your championship winning moment right here.
We're just going to let him burn it down. That was a heck of a race and a valiant effort by Richie Coy in the 19. And there he finally blew it. But we'll be talking to Richie as well. But valiant effort by the driver of the 19. Did everything he could. But when things are that close, Jeremy, it's tough.
So tough, man. And yeah, it's going to be heartbreak, but it's going to be excitement nonetheless. This race, Homestead, doesn't matter if it's virtual or in the real life, puts a great show on for the championship event. And here we go. Bob Fitzpatrick, P1, Dwayne Furtick, 2nd. Richie Coy is your top 3. Brandon Gagnon Strong run to come back P4. Gene O'Mara falls back to 5th. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. 6th. Up 11 spots. The highest amount of spots earned by one driver tonight. 7th place, Dalton Wicker. 8th, Adam Boughton. 9th place, Alexander Hodge. 10th, Jonathan Cogswell. 11th place in your final car on the lead lap. Kent Mueller in the 26th. 12th place was Kevin Ruff. 13th, Gage Wenzel, who expired. Everybody else as well did not finish. Corey Denk, Michael Carter, Michael Sheffield, Jack Simpson, Tony Ludy rounds out the 18-car field for the 213 Simware 200. We're taking our final full screen for the 2024 season for RSR. We're going to gather up your top 3. We will be right back. After an extended time here to start the Martin Sports post-race show, we had to figure out some last-minute tiebreaker situations just to confirm everything. Bob did not win it solely just by winning tonight's race. He did it because this put him one more win above the win column than Richie Coy, deadlocked on heat on points, 0 point separation. But the fact that Bob Fitzpatrick has one more tick in the win column ultimately gives him the trophy. So literally, Bob needed everything to go right, and it did. So congrats to Bob. Fitzpatrick will be talking to him shortly here. But we're going to go down our normal order. First place, heartbreak for the number 19. Richie Coy, I would say congratulations on P3, but I know that's not what you wanted to hear. Needless to say, that was an excellent battle for the championship tonight.
Yeah, you can't say we didn't try. That's for sure. Yeah, it's kind of salty to in the wounds here. It's not sitting well, but it is what it is. It's racing. It's part of the deal. We'll finish P2 tonight.
You got the third. You and Bob literally 0 point separation. Came down to literally the victory on that one. But you came down pit road on lap 105, 106. And I was like, okay, he's got it. And then that caution came out again around lap 120. And I wasn't sure who was gonna do what on pit road. Were you debating at all coming down at that time as well, or were you just kind of set in stone to write it out?
Well, I had to write it out. I was out of tires. So
that-
I thought I had caught it. I had told my team, I'm like, listen, I'm not taking these extra set of tires unless, well, first of all, I had a great strategy going because the two guys in front of me at one point had to pit again, and I could make it to the end, and then the caution came out, and then I didn't pit, and they pitted, and then I pitted for my tires, and I'm like, all right, let's go, and then. You're turning to go under the guy fighting for the championship, and his teammate causes a caution, and then the guy you're fighting with goes in and gets his extra set of tires, and yeah, it's all downhill from there. You give it the old college try, and then somebody who is, I guess it's probably the problem with you got when you're running in the when you run playoffs against other people is that people can come up and get in the middle of the two guys running for a championship. And hats off to Dwayne for a good finish, but I would have liked that, kept that spot, but it is what it is, and we'll go home with P2, and we'll be happy with that.
Yeah, fantastic job, fantastic season too from yourself. Getting acquainted with the fixed setup stuff has been a while since you've had to do that, and you adapted very well. So just congratulations on a very good 2024 season, man. For the final time, no. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Oh, I got a shout out to my team. Nerd Motorsports was behind me the whole way. Came up one spot short for them, but we'll go home with P2. Victory Fuel for being on board, and Martin Sports and Nerditudes, everybody watching. I got to thank Stealth Motorsports. They were on my stream tonight watching. They were so adamant about how great my driving is and stuff. They were rooting me on there, so that's awesome. Hopefully they can watch the stream back tomorrow, or they were watching the stream, so that's awesome. Thanks to the admin. Honestly, thanks to the league. The last couple of races were pretty good. Actually, more than pretty good. They were pretty fun, entertaining. Everybody did a great job. Everybody had a lot of respect out there. So, congrats to Bob on his championship, and yeah, thanks to you guys for putting on an awesome show.
I appreciate you holding the flag for the team and almost getting it done, man. So close,
Almost.
but
Always a bridesmaid.
well, I know you got trophies in the bank, but I know you wish you had just one more there. But needless to say, though, congrats on a P3 tonight, P2 championship, and we'll talk to you later, man.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. And that was the 19 Richie Coy, the heartbreak of the championship story there. And now we're gonna bring in Mr. I almost spoiled this whole entire thing. Wayne Furtick in the 25. Congrats on P2 tonight.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Came out of nowhere there. I did not expect to see the 25 late. The strategy's on pit road. You got the tires right, I do believe, and you almost passed for the race lead. It looked like you had the momentum on the back straightaway with a handful of laps to go. What kept you from diving underneath Bob and getting to P1?
Well, if I was going to pass him, I would have to wreck him. So I most definitely didn't want to do that and play any role in the championship outcome. So I just played it safe. If I would have got a clean run, I would have just held my line. But by the number of car lengths he had on me, it wasn't going to happen, at least cleanly.
It's in for that. And you picked up 14 positions overall. Strong stuff there from your end. From the first half to the second half of the run, did you do anything different with your racing line, or did you change any brake biases to get your car running a little bit better to ultimately get into the podium?
Yeah, I didn't do anything really. Obviously the tires at the on the last run helped me tremendously, but coming through the field, I just had to be very careful and not overcook my right front, and I think that's what helped me at least get in that position to make a difference, and sort of worked out.
It definitely worked out for your camp there. Congratulations once more on P2, Dwayne. Any final thoughts before we let you go?
Shout out to the admins here, RSR. I know this is the final race of the year, but just to give those guys a good shout out, I had lots of fun racing with the group of guys here. Also like to give a shout out to my Revolution Motorsports teammates. Awesome group of guys, and last but not least, would like to thank my lovely and amazing wife.
There you go, man. Well, good job all season long. Put on a great show for us, and enjoy the off season. And
Yeah, definitely will. I'll enjoy the off season, work on racecraft, and hopefully we can get a few of these guys sign up for some anger management classes.
there's the send off message from Dwayne Furtick, man. Congrats once more, P2. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. All right, there you go.
Anger management classes. Oh man, that was a good one.
That's my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Jack Nicholas, Adam Sandler. Can't recite too many movies. I can recite that one though. But man, we got one more person to talk to. And this guy in victory lane, not only for the race, but just by one single tick on the win column. Bob, congratulations on not only the race, but the championship.
Thank you. Thanks.
You burned it down to the engine blew up.
Yeah.
I was saying you're not going to pull this guy out of this car, but the engine expired. I had to do it for you. You hit the wall and you burned out. I got to call you out on that, even though regardless of the situation.
I thought about
Yeah,
putting the nose up for a second, but
yeah, you pulled the Tyler Reddick. You came down pit road late in the going, and I was like, I think he's got it. And you struggled to get
Yeah.
around the 94 and the 83 for a little bit, and I started questioning things. And ultimately,
yeah,
how
the
did you
tires,
find your way there?
them tires, fortunate last caution there. But those tires just they don't come in for like 3-4 laps at this track, so just had to hang back, let them warm up, and then go. I knew I had a pretty good chance here, so I was just keeping the car under me. Really get a little loose there. So it's a tricky track.
Oddball
But,
question. You sound really cool, calm, and collected for just winning it all at the last moment here in this race. So I know we
Yeah, well, I'm
kept you waiting
sweating.
in the waiting room, but
I'm sweating pretty good here. Need a shower after it, but yeah, yeah, a lot of stuff has happened, with this league this season. So, yeah, it's good to come out on top. Things might have been a little different, but barring everything that's happened here, but you still take it. It's good season. These guys are good drivers, and just the first ever championship, so I'll take it.
first ever championship. There you go, man. Just awesome job there. You've been getting faster and faster and faster, and you've been a contender. So it's not like it's
Yeah, my
not well earned. It's
strategies.
definitely earned, man.
Yeah, it was tricky for me because my normal way I like to race is I like to save tires, but then this year we went to like the short fuel, and it threw me off for about a half a season, and then I probably started figuring out that saving doesn't do you anything when you can't make it up later because you got to pit. Once I started doing that, I started seeing a lot better results second half of the season.
Like 3 wins in a championship.
Yeah, I guess you could say so. Yeah,
Just like-
but they definitely you just don't. You got to push it for the whole 40 laps. and that's pretty much all you could. But today was 45 lap fuels. Like normally, if it's like 60, 65, I would sit back for 20. You can't do that, when you only got 40 in the tank, 45.
Yeah, you planned it out real nicely there, and man, 0 point separation, literally just one win extra, got you the championship down to the very, very end of this thing, and floor is
Yeah.
yours, man. Championship final race, it's all yours. Who would you like to thank?
I think front row is always fun. We've been racing together for about 4 or 5 years. But shout out Richie Coy, good run there. He's strong. And then you guys in the league, Sheffield, Ludi, been fun. And then the wife letting me do this for every Tuesdays, and we'll see where we go here from here.
That's it. That is Bob Fitzpatrick in the number 3. Congratulations on the championship and the race win once again. Well earned. Have a good rest of your night, sir.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. That was Bob with the coolest, most calm voice I've ever interviewed for a championship winner, Dustin.
You would not have even known that guy just had a 135 lap battle of attrition and points and positions, and then takes the race win and the championship. Like, that guy just sounded like he just got out of a hot shower and he's just ready to kick back and relax and watch a little TV. Like, it was just cool and calm. But no, congratulations to Bob. I mean, it's congratulations to all the competitors out there. I mean, everybody did an excellent job. I mean, it was good racing. Hard championship. I mean, when it comes down to just mere points, I mean, you're talking 9 points in between first and third. There was only a whole whopping 2 points in between first and second, and it comes down to that. And all the drivers are fast. It's tough. I know Richie's. I know he's not. He's happy with second, but we as drivers, we would always like to have a little more. And I know that he would have loved to have that, but I mean, second place on a championship like that's so close. You got a couple wins in the season. I mean, I would pay to have a season like that when I race Lee. Would pay to have a season like that. So, I mean, that's definitely not something to hang your head on at all. But congratulations to Bob. I mean, he's been there all season. 3 wins, comes away with the RSR BestOne Cup Series. It's been a fantastic season. It really has, Jeremy. And on that too, before you give your closing statements, on behalf of myself and Nerditudes, Nerd TV, as we close out this season here, we won't be coming back next season for broadcasting, but we want to make sure that we send everybody off, letting you guys know that we have enjoyed every aspect of what RSR and the admins and the drivers have all brought to the table, and all the connections we've made, all the people we've had the privilege of interviewing and having fun with, all the race and action and the ups and the downs of the seasons over the last couple seasons that we've been able to call. We want to thank all everybody involved on that. So again, from myself, on behalf of Nerditudes and Nerd TV, again, thank you RSR for allowing us to be a part of your family for the last 2 seasons. It has been one amazing ride, and one that we will not forget.
100% there. Great way to close it out there. Appreciate y'all for... Yeah, I see you, Michelle. She put the oh no. She's still listening, so... Yep, that's it for us on the Tuesday side. I know you join us on the Sunday stuff, so continue to chime in on there. We'd love to at least talk to you on Sundays. But that's it on the Tuesday, man. It's been a blast. Really enjoyed it. But things sometimes just can't last forever, and we'll move on. We'll do some other ventures with some other partners down the road. But that's it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We had a good amount of viewers tonight and throughout the whole playoffs and everything like that. So with that, we got Scott Martin's voice to close out and thank our sponsors one last time. You guys, as always, stay safe. Get your nerd on.
This presentation is brought to you in part by
Martin Sports. Get the apparel, look stylish, be badass with apparel from Martin Sports. martinsports.gg. iRacing iFlag. must-have flag marshaling system for any aspiring sim racer. Get yours today at iRacingIFlag.com. Boomer button boxes. Total sim control at your fingertips. BoomerButtonBoxes.com. If you race hard, then you need to rock hard.
And no station gets you harder than
iRock935.com. If you're a collector and that's your game, then Dusty Pete's, that's the name. DustyPete's.com.
Back when nothing truly